Greetings, people. So, I personally have no issues with Satan, no issues at all. And I'll tell you why. In 2001, I remember very well, when I was still a very staunch religious person, we went visiting a sister and we prayed. She had some issues. So, it got to the point where they started casting and binding Satan, and I stopped praying. And it was very visible that I stopped praying because I was one of the people leading the prayer session. So, after prayer, everybody was amazed and a little bit offended, asking me why I stopped praying. I asked them what the issue with Satan is and has always been in Africa. What's the problem with Satan? Is Satan our problem? And they were really offended by it. A few of them called me visible, almost spontaneously. And I told them, is our God omnipotent? Yes, omnipotent, implying he is all powerful, almighty, all power belongs to him. Second, he created everything, isn't it? Yes, including Satan. Good. He wants Satan there. If he didn't want Satan there, he would do away with Satan. So this is ABC. If I create beds and chairs and tables and everything and some of those things are troubling my kids, I just break them away or do away with them. I said, let's make this more practical. Let's go to the book of Job. What happens in the book of Job? You see there that Satan is doing the work of God. Yes, he's doing the work of God. Satan afflicts or kills nobody without God's permission. Before Satan afflicts Job, he asks God for permission, and God gives him permission. So the only people Satan killed were killed because God permitted him to do so. And God tells him, don't kill Job. So he does everything he did. He doesn't kill Job, kills Job's kids, kills his wildlife, his cattle, everything. God permitted him to do that. So if I have an issue, I should have an issue with my God, who is all powerful, but refuses to do away with Satan and gives Satan permission to do everything Satan is doing. I shouldn't have problems with Satan because Satan is doing the work of God. Simple reasoning. Just need some small common sense. And you see that my problem is not Satan. I'm hitting the wrong target. My problem should be with God, who authorizes Satan to keep doing what he's doing and has been doing, if at all Satan is even doing those things. So I have no problem with Satan. At that point, a few of them started reasoning. To crown it all, I told them to turn to the book of Romans. I still have those verses at heart. Romans 8. You read from 28, verse 28, verse 26 to verse 28. You could go right down to verse 29. What does it tell you? Everything happens for good to the people of God. If you believe in God, the biblical God most particularly, everything that happens to you happens for your good. I'm talking here of unprovoked circumstances. So don't go stealing somebody's banana, you're caught and you're beaten to death, and you say it happens for good. No, I'm talking of unprovoked issues. So if everything is happening for good, everything means everything except nothing. That includes the things, according to you, are done by Satan. So, why should Satan be my problem while everything is happening for my good? It's divine ordained, it's for my good. God is leading me somewhere. So, everything that happens along the way is for my good. So, what's my problem with Satan? I have no problem with Satan. If I should have a problem, it should be with God because God authorizes, permits Satan to do the things he's doing, if at all Satan does those things. So my issues should be with my God, who is all powerful, who can stop everything he has to, he can stop everything I find unpleasant any moment. He doesn't do it. And he permits Satan to do the things he does. He gives him permission. That's for those who are familiar with the book of Job, because very few Christians study the Tanakh. So I have no problem with Satan. If I should have a problem, it should be with my all-powerful God, Almighty God, who authorizes Satan to do the things he does. Satan is not my problem.